What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best defensive abilities you should be using right now in MUT 23. This is our first update of the year for the month of September, and as the year goes on, every month we'll be dropping a new video going over the best abilities because metas change, abilities change, and we're going to keep you updated on it. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here because you were searching around YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So yesterday we dropped a video going over the best abilities to use on offense. If you missed that one, we are going to link it down below in the comment section as a pinned comment, along with another video on everything you need to know about how ability points work and how to basically activate cards and abilities on your team. Today we got defense. I want to start the video out by showing you what my defense looks like and the abilities that I'm running. And then we're going to go through and go over the best ones that you should be looked to running as well. So for me, we have Derek Johnson with Lurker. He's one of my main users. Lurker on middle linebacker is very, very good. Inside stuff on Warren Sapp, though I will say I may be getting rid of this one. It doesn't really seem like I use it that much. It doesn't activate, and a lot of people aren't running the ball a ton on me when I play defense. Bruce Smith, we have edge threat. Same thing with Chase Young. Dual edge threats, very good to get to the QB. A medium route KO on the Stephon Gilmore card, and then I think that's it. I thought we maybe had one other defensive back with that medium route KO, but that's it. We are only utilizing 11 out of 12 of our ability points, so we probably should look one other place to add one other ability for one AP, but that's what we are rocking for now. Let's go ahead and jump into the best abilities on defense, and we're going to start with the pass rush. So you saw that I had double edge threats on Chase Young, on Bruce Smith. Edge threat is almost a must-have right now. If you're trying to get pressure on the QB, it's the best ability out there. Defenders with this ability use faster, more dominant pass rush moves while rushing from the edge off the defense. And the advice from Huddle.gg, and by the way, this is this is MUT.gg. They work with Huddle.gg, giving you basically pro information, right? So they give you the ability description, how much AP it costs for each archetype, what players can get it, and then also some basically information, some advice from professional Madden players. And they say when edge threat activates, your pass rusher gets a super win animation, causing him to blow by the lineman attempting to block him. This gives you a chance to get pressure on every play. Currently, there are no counters that are affordable terms of AP, so you do have edge protector. We talked about that in yesterday's video. But it's also 3 AP, and it eats up a lot of your offensive AP, so a lot of people aren't rocking it. I've found so far that on Bruce Smith and Chase Young, edge threat has been phenomenal. I've heard the opposite so far of Von Miller. It hasn't been very good. I know it is good on Lawrence Taylor as well. So I don't know if there's a weird thing where maybe it works better on standard defensive ends versus outside linebackers who rush. But at the end of the day, if you are not generating enough pressure or you're tired of getting screamed at, it's probably because people have edge threat or you need edge threat, and it's a must-have. Even though it's 3 AP, it's still a very, very good ability. And there's not anybody that has it at a discount just yet. So we'll have to wait and see, or if any players do get it. Another one on defense is going to be medium route KO. So I talked about it a ton yesterday. Man coverage, clearly the meta, especially with, like zero-man blitzes, and edge threat is a big part of that as well. Well, medium route KO, defenders with this ability force more catch-tackle knockouts in man-to-man versus medium routes, which are about 10 to 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. So basically, people are running man, and if the blitz and the pressure is coming, you got to get the ball out quick, which tends to be about 10 to 20 yard passes. And if your defender is at least close enough and he gets kind of an animation, he's going to break up the pass and knock out the football. And that's what makes medium route KO really, really good. The best routes to beat man coverage are quick corners and posts. Mid-route KO forces knockouts on these routes and man coverage since the wide receiver is usually catching the ball between the 10 and the 20. So pretty much exactly what I said, and that's why you're seeing a lot of people rock this one. Chris McAllister, Samuel Womack do get it for 1 AP. Of course, it's very expensive to power up legends. Legends. There's a bunch of other players that get it, and you can see the archetypes and the ability point costs for each type of player. So a man-to-man corner, it's going to cost 2 ability points. Slot corner, 2 ability points. Zone corners and safeties, 3 AP, and you can kind of build your squad upon that. You saw that I had it on the Stephon Gilmore. Another one that I have not used, but I'm seeing a lot of people use lately is this inside shade. So again, if you're exclusively running man coverage, this is going to be really good. Defenders with this ability generally react much faster to receiver cut moves when in man coverage and inside the number. So the inside shade is going to take away like posts in the middle of the field, slants, things like that. Outside shade is going to be more so corner routes. I think inside shade is going to be better because people are running inside routes more often than outside. This is currently the best man coverage ability. It is basically the counter to short and elite, which we talked about in yesterday's video being the best ability on offense right now to beat man coverage. It gives your defender increased reaction time on cuts from receivers inside the numbers. We have our list of players that can get it. It's the usual suspects: McAllister, Bailey, Samuel Womack, Rod Woodson, Stephon Gilmore can get it. Hopefully a lot of you have that card for free. And if you take a look, man-to-man corners, slot corners, both 3 AP, zone corners as well, safeties, 4 AP, hybrid, 3 AP, and run support is 4 AP there. So if you're going crazy with the man coverage, this is not a bad idea to look at as well. I want to talk about Acrobat because it's still a really good ability. If you played Madden 22, it was the ability to be running on defense. Defenders with this ability will dive for an increased range on pass breakups and interceptions. The biggest problem here is that it's just too expensive. With only a 12 AP limit on defense, Acrobat is just as good as it's been in the past, if not better. The only reason it's not elite is that it costs 4 to 5 of your total 12 AP. Again, exactly what I said there. I might be a pro player myself. If you look, Troy Polamalu, Lester Hayes, if you power them up, or at least the Lester Hayes power up and then Troy P comes with it automatically, they do get it discounted at 3 AP. The rest of the guys is either 4 AP on linebackers or 5 on corners and safeties, and it's just too expensive. I used it for a little while on the Grant Delpit card, the Campus Heroes card, because it came pre-equipped, and it worked great. But again, 5 AP out of the 12 possible, just too much, so that's why I would stay away from using it. But if we start to see more cards get it at a discounted price, they might be worth putting on your field. Double or Nothing's another good pass rushing ability to have on your defensive ends and outside linebackers. The only problem is it's just as expensive as Edge Threat, and Edge Threat is definitely better. Double or Nothing, pass rushers with this ability must spend double the pass rush points to perform a move, but are granted dominant win. So basically, if you don't understand what this says, they get to the quarterback a lot quicker. Since Double or Nothing guarantees dominant win animations, it's a solid option on your defensive line for generating organic pressure. But one more time, it's the same cost as Edge Threat. So if you have a player that can't get Edge Threat, but you're trying to get to the QB, you might want to take a look at Double or Nothing. It's mostly 3 ability points, 4 in some cases, but mostly 3 on outside linebackers that are speed rushers. It's 4, power rushers 3, and I didn't see defensive ends. So both power rusher, defensive ends, it's 3, and speed rusher, it's 4 AP. I would not spend 4 AP on it, but it might be worth 3. Real quick, with deep route KO, it's the same idea as medium route KO. Remember those passes in man-to-man coverage between 10 and 20 yards. Deep route KO is going to be 20 plus yards from the line of scrimmage. And advice from Huddle.gg says this is the best counter to the aggressive catches from deep out elite, which was an ability we talked about in yesterday's video on offense. It's really, really good. You'll need to man up the wide receiver you're expecting the jump ball to be thrown to. This works on passes 20 or more yards downfield. And Rod Woodson, Troy Polamalu, I mean, Troy P gets Acrobat discounted, he gets Deep Route KO discounted at 1 AP, and there are all of the archetypes and what it costs and some of the players. You guys can check this again at mutt.gg/abilities. Well, we talk about the mid route KO and the deep route KO, flat zone KO, and then there's going to be a mid zone and deep zone KO. These are things that work the same, just in zone coverage. So the flat zone KO is going to be yards or passes under 10 yards. Mid is going to be 10 to 20, and deep is going to be 20 plus. So if you run a heavy zone scheme and you're looking for a way to break up passes, you're generating pressure, but you want to break up those passes if they're able to get the throw off and, you know, the defenders in range or close enough. Defenders with this ability force more catch knockouts and react quicker in any flat zone coverage less than 10 yards from the line of scrimmage and outside the hash marks. So flat flat zone is KO for like cover, flat zone KO is good for like cover 2 schemes. You see the advice from Huddle.gg, and it's not too bad for only 2 AP. Very inexpensive compared to some of the other abilities we've talked about so far. Under Pressure is another really good pass rushing ability. Defenders with this ability can apply pressure to the quarterback from a greater distance. Deacon Jones, I think. Deacon Jones is the only player right now in the game that can get both edge threat and under pressure together. There might be one other player, maybe it's Chandler Jones, and with that combination, it does cost a little bit of AP, of course. Deacon, I think it would only be 4 in total because he gets it for 1 AP on his power-up card. But we saw Noah up next, who was the finalist in the recent MCS tournament. He had it there, and it forces really bad throws from quarterbacks when you get in their face with under pressure activated, and you don't have to be extremely close to the QB for it to trigger. Under pressure makes it much harder for your opponent to move the ball against heavy blitz. It is best used on the defender most likely to get free at the QB so that he can impact the play even if he doesn't get to the QB for a sack. So again, if you have edge threat with under pressure, they're likely going to get there. Even if it's double or nothing and under pressure, they're likely going to get close enough to the QB for under pressure to trigger and affect the throws from the QBs. Finally, we will end the video with Lurker, which is definitely one of my favorite abilities this year. Linebackers are back, so they did add basically a penalty to defensive backs, specifically free safety, strong safeties, if you have them down in the box as sub linebackers against the run. And linebackers have been viable because of that. And with Lurker, you're going to be able to get those jumping and catch animations if you're using that player. Derek Johnson, great example. He's my user. I showed you my squad at the beginning of the video. He gets a lot of interceptions. He's also 6'4" with Lurker and 1 AP discount there. Just a generally very, very good card. I wouldn't recommend putting on defensive backs like you can see here. Champ Bailey can get it, but defenders with this ability can make jumping 180-degree interceptions while lurking in a zone in the middle of the field. If you're set on using a linebacker, you'll need Lurker so that he animates the way a defensive back does. Really, though, consider just using a safety and saving the AP. Though I get that part, you still take that penalty against the run, and that's why I really, really like having a middle linebacker with Lurker who can basically be there for the run game but also cover the pass game, who's tall and fast. And we do have a Ray Nitschke that came out today. He's not in the database just yet. I'm pretty sure he gets Lurker at a discount as well, so he will be added to this list. And I think that wraps it up. You guys let me know, are there any other abilities that I missed out on? There's a few others, but I think we gave you the best ones to be using out there. And right now it's all about generating pressure with things like double or nothing or edge threat, and then, you know, knocking out those passes if your opponent gets the ball out with either, you know, a zone KO ability or one of those man coverage abilities. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. My name is Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace.